Još jednom lijep pozdrav svim prisutnim predstavnicima medija, lijep pozdrav svima nama, svima vama koji nas pratite u prijenosu uživo. Pred nama je utakmica Super Sport, Super Kupa koja se igra u subotu u 20 sati na Maksimiru, susreću se Dinamo i Hajduk. Na vaša pitanja danas će odgovarati naš trener Valdas Dambrauskas i Nikola Kalinić. Prije nego što krenemo, vratit ćemo se samo tjedan unazad, vidjeli ste onu konferenciju za medije u Bad Waldersdorfu, tamo smo najavili, odnosno predsjednik je najavio da smo pripremili za vas nešto za ovaj tjedan. Vidjeli smo da je to izazvalo najveću pažnju i navijača i novinara, pa evo samo da vam sad kažemo da ne morate refreshati, ne morate pritiskati F5, odlučili smo se fokusirati na utakmicu Superkupa, a sve aktivnosti dalje ćemo prolongirati za sljedeći tjedan. Eto, to je to. Možemo sad krenuti s pitanjima, molit ću vas samo da se javite. Može Toni, gospodin Toni Bilić, prvo pitanje, izvolite.
Nova sezona, novi. Reću najprije hvala što vas vidimo i želimo puno uspjeha da budemo prvaci. Prvo pitanje, dva poraza, Kluž i Gent, ipak ne mogu vas ostaviti ravnodušni. Može to biti pitanje, Božo, i najprije za trenera, onda i za Nikolu.
Yeah, two defeats, Okay, first of all, congratulations also to you with the new season. I think the most boring period of the year is in the past, and we start, something that is fun and that is nice for everybody is football. So it's good to start with the first game that you again, we finished last season playing a game for the trophy, and we're starting a new game again for the trophy. So I think this is really nice because in the long term, Hajduk were not in this position. So we are very privileged and challenged and responsible for this. And we had, I think, really good preparations for what we want to go, how we want to grow. So for the first time we go to Austria. We played really strong opponents, and as in every preparation you have some tasks, some aims that you put for this preseason, how you want to play, how many minutes the players have to get, and how quick they need to go into the form. So that's exactly what we were doing. Of course, you want to win every game, but these results are more discussions for the fans. I really don't believe that anybody in the team, the players or the coaches, took those results, serious. It's always nice that you win than to lose, but the aims, the goals were somewhere else. And even now, we going into this game on Saturday, it's very difficult to predict, how both teams gonna look like, what kind of football they gonna show. If you watched some Champions League games yesterday or before yesterday, it's difficult to understand, what kind of football teams playing look. I think as much as 3 or 4 games yesterday in Champions League out of 7 finished with the result 0-0, and teams not shooting even at goal. So at these early stages is normal, and we understand that we want to improve, that we want to grow, we want to improve our playing style. By no means we were good, and we know exactly what we have to do. And even this week, coming back from the training camp, we were working on this, and I really believe, the team will, as soon as we're gonna play 3-4 games, will be in a shape that every fan wants Hajduk to be in.
Pitanje je bilo za ove poraze na pripremu. Pa dobro, mislim da smo imali dobre pripreme, da smo se dobro pripremili. Za mene su to, nikad nije lijepo izgubiti normalno, ali ipak su to pripreme utakmice i da vam bude iskren, po meni rezultat nije toliko ni bitan. Bitno da smo se pripremili dobro. Vjerujem da jesmo, bila je kratak odmor između kupa i početka prvenstva, tako da mislim da ćemo biti u dobroj formi, da će Hajduk biti pravi kad bude tribalo, kad se budemo borili za bodove, i tako i mislim da ćemo biti na početku ove sezone. Počinjemo odmah sa derbijem, po meni jedini pravi hrvatski derbi. Mislim da ćemo biti na nivou kao što smo bili prošle sezone.
Zatim još pitanje, otišli su Fero, Katić, Ljubičić na posudbu. Hajduk je u svom trenutku slabiji igrački nego što je bio prošle sezone. Pardon još Božo, malo ovoga novoga igrača Borevkovića, nisam čuo neko pročita njegove kvalitete, šta očekujete od njega?
Well, I'm not gonna argue with you, Tony, about, like weaker, stronger squad we have. I just think, like we really have 4 very strong central defenders, and also we are very pleased, like how young Dominik Prpic showed himself in those friendly matches, and I think it's also good addition and good job by academy, and like any player that we gonna take, they gonna come in the system, they gonna come in the changing room that is settled changing room, is not new, because we kept most of the players here, so how fast any player to adapt to this playing style, to this changing room, to this playing system, like it takes a little bit of time, but I really believe that Tony Borevkovic, coming from, with very good experience, from very good championship in last 3 years, like it's only 1 or 2, 3 games, like by the time he will wins the fans, before he wins the people of Dalmatia and Hajduk supporters. I really believe, like that we did a good job attracting him, because this is the player that exactly playing in the same style, like how we want to play, and this is dominant player, very good pass of the ball, very fast player, so this also lets us, gives us opportunity to play with a much higher line of defenders, but like we need to give a team a little bit of time, because, as I say, 2, 3, 4 games, real games for the points, I think you're gonna see completely different picture. By no means we can judge that from a couple of friendly games where we play with mixed teams, and where we, after very hard trainings, and we with those the playing time 45 or 60 or 55 minutes.
Sezonu ste završili osvajanjem kupa, sad je bilo dobro početi novu sezonu sa osvajanjem super kupa. Utakmica s Dinamo je posebna, Nikola je to već rekao, svaka. Kako očekujete utakmicu? Početak priprema, prva ozbiljna utakmica i za Hajduka i za vas. Šta možemo očekivati od Hajduka?
Well, I think I a little bit touched to this question in my previous answers. I think it's not gonna be easy for both teams. I really don't believe that any of the teams will be in top form. We just starting, we just like making, like a shape how we want to look, in the nearest future, when Dinamo play in Champions League games, when we start the league and play in Conference League games. So that's the target, to start and then to grow. But of course, when you play for the title, this is big responsibility, and both teams will want to win the title. So I think it's probably not gonna be the most beautiful game. It's gonna be the game that both opponents try to deny each other, try to look, like who is who, how the teams change during preseason, what the new players, what they can do, and both teams will try to adapt, and again, small details, small difference making in front of the goals will make the result. But of course, we preparing for this game like as for the first game of the season, and we really looking, like to impose ourselves, to show from the best way from the first game that we are ready to fight.
Hvala. Sljedeće pitanje, gospodin Siniša Vickov.
Bili, dobar dan, želim vam sve najbolje u sezonu. Evo, mogu vas pitati, kad ste naslijedili Jensa Gustafsona, vjerojatno ste radili analizu funkcionalnih sposobnosti nogometaša. Radili ste vjerojatno i sada u ovom pripremnom periodu, ili možete to malo staviti paralelu kako je bilo onda, kako sada, odnosno kako su sada u kondicijskoj pripremi, odnosno šta ili mogu napredovati?
Yeah, but I really don't think, like we can do this, because I really don't know the methods, like exactly the purpose, like what was working. I just know, like any team that I work, like we mix, like fitness work together with the ball work, and we play a lot of games, and we try to like that the players to adapt to football actions as fast as possible. And I think the numbers that we collected during first and second week were really high, like in second week the numbers that the players run, like trust me, was very, very high. And but I really don't see the aim to compare, because I really believe that last season, pre-season was with different players. Most of the players came later. Most of the players were not here last pre-season, so I can compare my work, not with anybody else.
Pitanje za Nikolu Kalinića. Nikola, evo vidjeli smo te u ulozi žurnaliste La Gazeta, La Sport i vjerojatno očekuješ u tvojoj budućnosti nešto slično tako, zanimanje ili?
Pa mislim da neću. Ne. Ja sam, svidjelo mi se biti novinar, imao sam dobre pitanja, volim da ide direktno u glavu, da se zna šta je, ne volim okoliša, tako da sam odmah pita Lovru šta sam mislio, tako da mislim da se dobro snalazi. Ali ne vidim se u tom poslu.
Dobro, kako ti ocjenjuješ pripreme, evo?
Odlično. Mislim da smo...
Kako se ti fizički osjećaš?
Vidit ćemo kako se osjećam. Početak je sezone, mislim, ko što je trener rekao da sigurno neće biti, ni mi, oni nećemo biti u optimalnoj formi, ipak je početak sezone, ispred nas je puno utakmica, tako da mislim da smo dobri, da možemo još i naprijed, da ćemo se dizati tokom prvenstva i ništa, ova utakmica će pokazati na kojoj smo razini.
Sljedeće pitanje, gospodin Marko Miličić.
Prva utakmica donosi ipak trofej, a svi živite, borite se, radite za trofej. Nismo ništa rekli o Dinamu iz vašeg kuta, oni se nisu puno mijenjali u odnosu na proteklu sezonu, nekako dolaze najave da su jači nego li prošle godine.
Pa dobro, Dinamo je uvijek bio jak, bio je i prošle godine jak, sad se pojačali još sa par igrača, mislim da sve znamo Dinamo zna sve o nama, tako da i prošle godine smo igrali 4 puta s njima, tako da mi trebamo gledati sebe, kako ćemo mi igrati i kad smo mi pravi, mislim da nema straha, bez obzira koji protivnik bija, iako treba reći da se Dinamo pojača, da su dobri, da su dobili novog trenera, da su odlična ekipa, ali Hajduk je uvijek Hajduk.
Po vama što bi moglo odlučiti utakmicu, gdje mislite da vaša momčad ima prednost?
Pa mislim da zajedništvom možemo dobiti utakmicu. Ne može niko sam riješiti utakmicu. Svaki je bitan, i golman, i stoper, i svi su bitni, i napadači, tako da ako budemo imali, i normalno ćemo imati veću želju, mislim, igra se da trofej, da će imati veliku želju za svoj trofej i mislim da ako budemo pomagali jedan drugome, budemo li dali maksimum, budemo li grizli za pobjedu, da će nas nagraditi sa trofejom.
Malo prije ste rekli da volite izravna pitanja, prošli ste pripreme, upoznali ste momčad. Što nam možete obećati ove sezone? Broj pogodaka, trofeje?
A dobro, u nogometu se ne može nikad ništa obećati, tako da idemo utakmicu po utakmicu, sigurno ćemo se boriti za sve moguće trofeje koje su ispred nas, ipak igramo po meni u najvećem klubu u Hrvatskoj, tako da moramo se dati. Hajduk je klub koji se mora boriti bez obzira bilo šta, mora se boriti za svaki trofej i do kraja za prvenstvo, tako da mislim da će tako biti ove godine kao što je bilo i prošle godine.
Evo Nikola, kako ocjenjujete prelazni rok do sada u Hajduku i može isto pitanje za trenera?
Ne mogu ja to ocjenjiti, nisam ja sportski direktor. To je pitanje za nekog drugog, ne za mene.
Možda za trenera više, za sportskog direktora.
How do we need to answer this? Because this is question for sports director, for the president. I think they made the best thing. What is for the coach that you have the team. That we did not change much of the team, so we can keep same playing style, and I really believe that we finished last season on very high, playing really good football, scoring goals, winning the trophy, just like what we need to replicate now this season as fast as possible to get into that form, in the same understanding, the same atmosphere when you go in the tunnel before the game and you feel that you done everything and you know that you're gonna win the game. This will come after a few games in the season, because I really don't believe that any team can reach maximum of their potential just like in preseason playing a friendly game. So we need those real games that we're starting to play on Saturday, and then we will see. We lost a player as a center back, we replaced this player, so now it's just adaptation to get feel for each other other and starting to play, and then like this selection process never stops. Always repeat that, and it will carry on for another month or two till this transfer window will close.
What do you expect from new season?
Well, I expect, that we make a step forward. That's what I expect. I think we are like a little bit of hostages, like how is in Hajduk. When you lose, you are so bad, but when you win, it is not getting any better, because then you become the hostage of your work, of your play, so those guys, they came, they won, and you imagine they're not winning this season. So because you put expectations, you put your benchmark here, nobody wants to see the lower, but we have to understand that to do this next step forward is extremely difficult. In every league in the world, only one team wins, and we were second. So there's only one step forward, that we can do in the league. Cup we won this season, so we cannot improve on here. Yes, another area where we can improve is Europe. So this is also what we want to improve. But personally, me as a coach also, I want that we play better football. We score goals. We're more dominant, and that's what we're working every day. And we understand, like in those games in pre-season, we were not at that level yet. We were not creating enough. We're not having enough shots at goal and so on, but this is again, like last November when we started to work together, that was the case, and this is what we tried to improve in the first place. And even this week we carry on, and the next training is the most important, the next game is most important, and if we work, and we control the process, we will see some fruits in the games. That is 100%.
Nikola, za vas isto pitanje, što očekujete od ove sezone sljedeće?
To be a top scorer.
Pa očekujem da, kao što je trener rekao, prošle godine smo bili drugi, osvojili smo kup. Znači, ove sezone se očekuje da budemo na poziciji više, tako do drugog mjesta, tako da nadam se da će tako i biti na kraju sezone, iako kažem vam, puno je utakmica ispred nas, puno imaju i drugi imaju takve isto ciljeve, tako da ne može se ništa, ne može se nikome ništa obećati, tako možemo da se ostaje pokušati, pa ćemo vidjeti ko bude najbolji, bit će prvi.
What football will play Hajduk in next season? What will be?
The football that gives the most chances, the best opportunity to win the games. I really want to play football that we dominate, that we create chances, that we score the goals. But sometimes, you lose the form. Sometimes you lose the play. So, in any way, we always look to play the football that gives us 3 points. And if it's that those 3 points come with 3 goals scored, is even better.
Hvala, sljedeće pitanje, gospodin Goran Antonijević.
To get back on the Saturday's game, the coaches usually in derbys want to see controlled game. Both you and Mr. Čačić would like the controlled game like it was the last time you played, not last time, the last time on Poljud when Nikola scored. But this is the first game of the season, as you said, nobody knows who is in, what is the shape of the players and everything, and it can turn out to be, run and gut game if there will be mistakes, goal 2 in the first 10 minutes. Do you think that Hajduk has a better chance against Dinamo in control game, or maybe in this kind of run and gun football?
To be honest, I really don't think it's gonna be like this end-to-end running. I think always Dinamo, Hajduk, is more controlled game, is more like where you don't give chances to opponent, you try to overplay to find that edge, but of course, football sometimes is funny, anything can happen, but I really believe, first of all, whatever opponent I play, I really prepare to win. That's the first thing, and I really think, you know, like that we have the team that with enough experience and with enough self-confidence. And I also think that in last season, in those 4 games that we played against each other, every single game, I don't see any advantage where our opponent was better. I think all of those games we. Even, you know, like a lot of criticism we received, both teams, us and Dinamo, after this 0-0 game, which if you watch it one more time, you remember how we started, how we pressed for 30 minutes, Dinamo couldn't come to our goal, and then end of the first half they created a couple of chances, then okay, second half was more even, was more controlled, but in every of those games we came with only one idea, is like that we want to dominate, we want to play, we want to punch first, we want to press, we want to match our opponent in every single segment of the game. But this is the idea, and on the day, you know, like a lot of things can affect the game: weather, pitch, referee, form of the players, any, you know, like fans, God, anything, you know, like can be there. So that's called football. But one thing, even now, you know, like when we go to Zagreb, we go with the idea that we come there for a reason. We don't come there, you know, like to protect ourselves and to save ourselves. We go there to play a strong game, and I really believe that my team will play a very good game on Saturday. Not top because we're not in top shape, but I think we will play a good game.
Nikola, kao što je trener spomenuo, to samopouzdanje o kojemu trener zapravo priča je jedna od najvažnijih stvari u derbijima. Jel? Često je Hajduk gubio zapravo utakmice već na putu prema gore, baš iz tog razloga što je išao gore s nekakvim stavom. Bitno da nas ne nakantaju. Jel? Vaše iskustvo...
To je bilo davno.
Ma, naravno, vaše iskustvo vaših suigrača koje imate, zapravo to koje često odlučuje, ona utakmica baš koju sam malo prije spomenuo kad ste vidjeli gol, to je to, taj jedan detalj, jedan udarac iz nekakve poluprigode rješava utakmicu. Imate li vi dovoljno samopouzdanja i mislite li da ste zapravo bolji od Dinama kao što većina navijača misli?
Pa normalno da imamo samopouzdanja, kako ne. I mislim da smo bolji, to smo je pokazali prošle godine. Znači u 4 utakmice dobili smo nas u zadnjoj najnebitnije utakmici koja od ničemu nije odlučivala, tako da mislim da smo bolji i vjerujem da jesmo. Imamo dosta iskusnu ekipu sa odličnim individualcima, tako da bolji smo i mislim da ćemo to pokazati u subotu.
Hvala, gospodin Marin Maljković, sljedeće pitanje.
Coach, how different Dinamo will be now when they have Drmić as a classic center for?
I'm not sure if you're asking the right coach. I think this is the question for Dinamo coach. How can I answer you that? You know, like I don't know what they're playing, what they're trying to play with 2 strikers, with 3 strikers. To be honest, this is really not a question to me. You know, like I don't know the starting lineup, so we prepare. You know, like to play against 1 striker, against 2 strikers, but we will react on the day. We will react during the game. You know, if you ask me how we prepare to play with Nikola, Marko Levi, and so on, I can give you the answer. But for this one, is not question to the right person.
Do you think Hajduk has better offensive potential than Dinamo at this moment?
Look, you know, like let's stay after this press conference and discuss, you know, like, and then put player by player, and we see, you know, like who's gonna have a better potential. I really, as I say, you know, like his potential is on the paper, but what we do is on the pitch. Dinamo is class team. They are champions for a reason, and this is the team that we want to catch up. But what I know, that every game that we play against this team, we match them in every segment and we win more often than not. So now is like a new season, and but the target, the idea of the game, the aims stays the same. We just need to prove this on the pitch.
Thank you. Nikola, poruka navijačima, rekordan je broj članova, idu pretplate u prodaju, vjerojatno će i tu past rekord, poruka za ovu utakmicu i za cijelu sezonu.
Šta je, nema previše komentirati naši navijači, mislim da imamo najbolje navijače u Hrvatskoj, to i pokazuju iz kola u kolo i mislim da će tako biti i kroz ovu sezonu. Mi ćemo im pokušati na terenu uzvratiti za to, da ćemo maksimum, pa ćemo vidjeti da li je to dovoljno za to što oni žele, a mislim da će biti dovoljno, da će svaki od nas dati više od 100% i da ćemo na kraju svi skupa slaviti.
Gospodin Viskov, sljedeće pitanje su.
Ide bili vlak, vjerojatno imate dosta prijatelja koji idu s njim.
Pa ima dosta prijatelja, dosta rodbine, pak sam ja tu i vjerojatno je pola moga vlaka tu, većinu ih znam, tako da... šta mogu reći, drago mi je da idu normalno, da ćemo imati veliku podršku i puno nam to znači, koji svaku utakmicu, tako da nema šta, svaka čast.
Pošto je kolega iz Novog lista malo indisponiran, ipak su pripreme, pa ću ja uzeti...
Umoran je malo, ubilo ga sunce malo.
Kolega Vuković, za Nikolu ako može, Petković, Drmić s jedne strane, Livaja, Kalinić. Ko će biti uspješniji u Superkupu i na kraju sezone?
Vam trebam to uopće odgovoriti ili? Rezultat će na kraju pokazati se.
Jedno pitanje za Valdasa i za Nikola, reću za Nikolu, mlađe. Jesi spreman za reprezentaciju da se vratiš?
Nećemo provokativna pitanja, to sljedeći put. Sad ćemo samo Hajduku i ovu utakmicu za subotu.
Dobro, hvala. Ja volim direktno Hajduk.
Tako, bravo, svaka čast, odlično pitanje. Ne možete.
Za Valdasa Bože kaza da će predsjednik najaviti sljedeći tjedan neko pojačanje.
Da, ali kada da ćemo odgoditi aktivnosti?
Dobro, odgoditi nema, dobro, ajde, malo duše, ja sam na svoj
spavati.
način, dobro. Ma za Valdasa pitanje, po mojoj osobnoj procjeni, nešto se valjda razumije u nogomet, Hajduku u ovom trenutku fali 4-5 igrača, ću i nabrojiti vratar, 2 stopera, 1 vezni i jedno lijevo krilo. Neće braniti Subašić sa 40 godina, mogu ja braniti.
Basically, we miss 10 players. What can I say? I really think, Tony, we need to organize the meeting with Mindaugas Nikoličius, and you need to discuss between yourselves, My job is to coach the team, to coach those players that I have. I'm very happy with the squad that is there. 25 players on the pitch, 4 goalkeepers in the goal. Nobody's missing. What can I say? And this question, with president, with sport director, you need to meet and to discuss, because there's something breaking communication between you guys.
Hvala treneru na odgovoru, hvala vama na pitanjima, to je sve za danas.